Hello, this is the potting stuff that I use for my gardening 2020. This is the first time that I have done gardening by myself, and it's been years since my family and I did a little bit of gardening. So hold on, I'm going to film some more. Well, that didn't take long. This is my first time videotaping and pausing, so I'm a newbie all the way around. Okay, so these are the huge, wonderful pots that a friend of mine let me have, and it's my first time doing pot gardening, and I have to tell you, it's really working out. I utilize a lot of things to save money. I have used the support of an old bathrobe, a ribbon from a teddy bear, and this post here is an old curtain rod. You can see where the tip was. I use that for a post to support my plants. And the plants have been very, very healthy. See, I've got lots of tomatoes. It's funny. A couple weeks ago, this is my daughter's plant. I'll be jumping all around, sorry. My first time. That's my neighbor's dog that lets us know when somebody's around. Great watchdog. He only barks when there's somebody around, so we all listen when he has something to say. So last time my husband asked, how many tomatoes do you have? And I said, I don't know. Last I knew we had 13. And he said, oh no, you've got more than 13. I mean, look at the ones I'm filming, right? And then this is just one plant. And then there's still a bunch of flowers still coming through, as you can see here and up here. So like I said, I utilize a bunch of things, and my husband decided to count, and he got up to about 100 and stopped counting. So 4 plants, 100 tomatoes, and more coming in. So I'm going to change things up next year. Okay, so this is a trellis that I never used at our other house. We just moved to this house last summer, so I'm utilizing that. And then this is old PVC pipe that we had hanging around that I utilize. And yes, I did buy some support gardening stakes as well, because you can never have enough supports when it comes to these gigantic plants just thriving. So it's been very successful. Some more tomato plants. I love how they grow in clusters. It's funny because at the other house I was very good at my other crops, but the tomatoes I always got the rot from them getting too wet and everything. But we used raised garden beds, and I tried self-watering and all that. Sorry.
You have a text message.
I have a text message. Hopefully we won't get too many of those coming in. But, so what I wanted to show y'all was, many people have said that you can plant the plants down low, and as it grows, you can just keep raising up the soil. I pretty much planted these from seed, and I put them in the way that I wanted to, not way on the bottom. I put twigs on the bottom for drainage, and there's holes on the bottom, and I've been doing really well. But now the water and the soil kind of settles after time, so I'm going to be adding some more to bring it up to the top, and then also that will cause the plants to get more food from the soil that I'm going to add to it. And I have marigolds that I planted. I originally planted them in the pots, but then I felt like they were robbing my plants from growing. So I pulled them up and I put them in little pots next to my tomato plants. And here's another plant with yet some more tomatoes. They're just thriving. I'm excited. I don't do any canning, but eventually maybe I'll get into that. Here's another PVC pipe. And if you pay attention to your plants, as it begins to rain, they thrive and grow tremendously. So like every day I have to come out and add more supports. So today I added this support. And like I said, I like to utilize what I have. And what I did was, my husband had some old pants he needed to throw out. They were just torn to bits. And we had this great idea to cut them in strips. And we use it for support. And they make it happier than using something thin like yarn, because it's too hard and harsh on the plant, I feel. And then another thing I like to do is I like to utilize twisters, twist ties, food ties, around the posts to keep things from sliding. See, like how this is able to slide. You don't want your supports to slide as the plants get heavy. So I utilize things to make it stay in place. And then also I tie it to my tomato cages. I have tomato cages and stakes. And like I said, the PVC. And now I'm going to be adding more of this luscious, healthy soil to these plants to make them happy. And that's it. Oh, and let me show you one other thing that I used. A friend of mine was getting rid of a shelving unit, and look at that. It could be bent out of shape and everything, but look it really helps the plants with support. And what I did was I took the little stakes that were broken and in rough shape. Here's one. You can tell I hammered it in. It's all bent out of shape. But I hammer it in on this side of it. And then there's one that's even smaller, but it's good for support on the outside. And then I did some on the inside. So that way when it is windy or something, and also I did hammer the posts in the ground as well, but it's really good to stake it up with support. Oh, and one last thing. I think I am done, and then I think of something else. Forgive me. Oh, here we go around the bush. Also, utilizing and being wise with money. This is a plant hanger from Dollar Tree. $1. So, if you can find your posts for plants that you don't use, you can tie your plants up to those. Okay? Well, I hope that's been some help. I've enjoyed videotaping. I hope to get back here again with some more videos. And I look forward to following more of you and learning from you. And again, one thing, make sure you take care of those suckers. You want to pinch them off because they take away from the rest of the plant from thriving with their tomatoes. Okay, have a good night.